Hello and welcome to your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 6th of August, 2015. The moon today has passed its point of exaltation in the sign of Taurus and is now in a state that we call Mula Trikona, which lends some strength to the moon, which over the course of the next day and a half is going to grow even stronger and add an extra layer of confidence to one's reactions to whatever stimulus might be present in one's environment. And today you understand that to fully pursue one particular course of action, you're going to have to let go of another. But this is something that's easier to understand than it is to actually embrace, because you're not sure if you can fully trust the new path that you sense, but only sense that you need to head in. But equally, you cannot continue with what was. So you're torn. The moment you allow yourself to get bogged down in this particular conflict is the moment that you're going to become even more deeply embroiled in a web of illusion. You cannot now walk two paths, nor could you ever really. You can't walk two paths simultaneously. And although you may not have a high enough level of trust to feel comfortable with committing your energy in a specific direction, that is exactly what you now need to do today. But know that in choosing to move forward, you are doing the right thing. Bharani is an Artha-driven nakshatra. It has a specific purpose in mind, and it's associated with Yama. Yama is the god of death. There are two different ways to understand the particular energy that's connected with Bharani in terms of Yama. Yama on one level relates to control, self-control, putting a stop or an end to something. In Vedic philosophy, we have the yamas and the niyamas. Within yogic philosophy, you have something called pranayama, which is controlling the energy, the life force, through controlling one's breath. So yama represents control. But yama also ushers souls from one phase of existence on to another one. He took the souls to the other world so that they could reflect back on their life and understand what they had done right and what they had done perhaps wrong, and grow from that experience before they moved on to the next phase of their particular existence, right? And so you find yourself in a special set of circumstances much like that, where you're going to need to exercise a certain level of self-control. It can be a little bit difficult to do so, but every death also marks the potential for a rebirth. It's just letting go of that which you have become most familiar and comfortable with that is creating the particular difficulty. The lunar tithi for today is Krishna Ashtami. It's the 8th day of the dark half of the moon. And there's a very torn, conflictual tone of energy to the particular tone of energy that's connected with Krishna Ashtami. On one level, you don't feel like getting kind of bogged down in a particular conflict, and it's making you, by the very nature that you are, kind of feel stuck and like you don't really want to do anything because you don't want to go through the experience of having to make a decision when you're feeling pulled in two separate directions. But you do need to commit your energy and commit your effort to a particular direction. The solar lunar yoga today is Ganda. Ganda means joint, but it means the aspect of joint, not necessarily that is flexible, but that is firm. You can bend in a certain direction and maintain a certain level of firmness with that. And there is a need to not get so wrapped up in something or wrapped up in the difficulty of what you may now be having to part with, that you don't actually allow yourself to move forward. To move forward now requires letting go. And the letting go feels difficult, but it is the wisest thing that you will ultimately be able to do. Now, if you need a little bit of guidance with the particular set of circumstances that you might be dealing with, either in relation to this or in relation to any particular set of circumstances in your life, I do offer a vast range of astrological services that are available through a link that you should see in the upper right-hand corner of this video. If that link has now disappeared, there is also an eye that you'll see in the upper right-hand corner. If you click on that, it will open up a further set of links, and you can just go to my astrological services page from there and book your particular service. That's going to do it for your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 6th of August, 2015. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.